Hey team, what's up? Thank you so much for joining today. All right, today's session is all about those legs. So we've got 8 exercises. We're doing 1 minute per exercise for a total of 16 minutes. But all you need today is a chair and a mat. So if you don't have a chair, then you can use a couch or the edge of your bed. There's a couple of exercises where we'll be using that. All right, let's get into it. So the first one is going to be alternate lunges. We're doing it straight out for a whole minute. Ready? Let's go. Alternate lunges. Make sure when you're landing, the front foot is really grounded. So you don't want to be pushing too much into the heel, too much into the toes. It needs to be an even spread underneath the foot. Take it slow here. Remember, we're just warming up into this. The second round will pick up the pace a little bit. This first round, just take your time. Make sure your hips are really opening as you're stretching through. And enjoy it. Right, another thing you want to pay attention to is as you're stepping into it, let that front knee travel out slightly. So you should still be able to see when you're looking down, you should still be able to see that big toe. Okay, we've got 18 seconds left here. The next one we're going to move into is we're going to do lateral lunges. So it's side to side. Each time you go into a step, the outside leg, the inside leg stays straight. But anyway, I'll demonstrate it in 2 seconds. Okay, that's time. So start off with your feet together. We're going to step out to your left side first. Let it lunge down and stick the bum back and out to actually let yourself sink into this. It's the same thing with the foot that's stepping. You want to keep the whole sole of the foot grounded. Don't allow yourself to actually let go forward into the ball of the foot because you'll get a lot of pressure around the knees. We don't want that. Want to keep a nice even pressure. The other thing you need to focus on is this outside, or the inside leg there. That needs to be straight. So your knee needs to be, thigh needs to be locked, knee straight. And that one you should feel a good stretch down on the inner thighs. That's essentially why we're working this exercise, is to get those inner thighs burning. You're always also going to feel the outside leg, but this is the inner thighs the one we're after. One more. Okay, cool. Now it's a steady state burpee. So hands down to the floor, jump your feet back, jump in and stand. We're not smashing it. We're just trying to keep the heart rate raising a little bit. Working that posterior chain as you stand up. And no jerky movements today. Everything's controlled. At the very top, if you notice, I'm turning my palms out. That's to set my posture. Every single time I stand, set my posture. Out, stand and set. 20 seconds to go. We can pick up the pace just a little bit here. When you're landing with your feet backwards, don't put any weight back into them. You're tapping your toes to the back, remember? So as soon as you start to drive your weight backwards into your feet, that's when you're going to start to get ankle injuries or lower back pain. Okay, last one. Come over here onto your back. Nice and wide with your feet. So I've got mine about shoulder width apart here. Again, a nice good solid grounding underneath my feet. And I'm using that to squeeze the glutes and pull up. The less work you can do from the hamstrings here, and you see mine are nice and relaxed, the less work you can do from the hamstrings, the better. So let's keep that moving. You notice here that actually the rib cage and like the hips are moving in one line. I'm not tucking and then raising. You don't want to set yourself bad movement patterns when you're doing this, right? Because when you're going to be jumping, when you're going to be sprinting or running or doing whatever, every time you use your glutes, if you're setting like this, then you're going to actually get that rock back of the spine. You want to keep that out completely. If you're working the glutes, let your glutes work. If you're working your back, let your back work. Don't combine the two. Okay, that's it, that's the time. So now, start back into, actually let's start on the left-hand side of your mat, right-hand side, whatever you like. Jump to the opposite side and let the outside foot come in behind. In behind, yeah? Ice skaters. 6, 7, because this is how they look, right? 8, 9, full minute of this, guys. 10, take it light. Touch the floor and the inside of the landing foot, inside. That's going to load your outside hip a little bit more than actually if you had stayed up straight. Yeah, so touch that foot, touch that inside of the foot rather. 15 seconds deep. Get right to the other side of your mat. Make sure there's some effort in it. You don't want to take it too easy. Okay, 3, 2, 1, and time. That's it for that one. The next one up, we have leg lifts. So use a wall or use a chair, whatever you like. Tap the ball of the foot to the inside of your knee and lift the leg out to the front. Tap. We're going to do 30 seconds on both sides for this one. So I'm just using the wall for a little bit of balance. What's happening with my knees is as I go out, they are flaring apart. So I'm getting a lot of VMO work of the grounded leg, but also a lot of quad and medial quad work for that one. Change sides. Same thing. Touch the ball of your foot to the inside. And if you can see me front on here, I've got that knee right out to the side. Okay, touch it forward, bring it back. Forward and back. Make sure the grounded foot is still even pressure underneath. I'm a big fan of actually getting all of it to work. If you're pushing too much into the toes or too much into the heel, you're overcompensating for one area of your quad. Let's get a good line of work here. So, split lunge. So we need a chair for this one. Here's one I had from earlier. So, a chair or a couch, whatever you like. But we're going to do Bulgarian split squats. Okay, we're going to do about 8 reps on each side here. 2, 3, 4. This should be about 30 seconds. 5, 6, front foot grounded. Your back knee is dropping right down. Front knee is slightly turned out. That was 8. Change sides. And switch. 7. My shoulders are stacked above my hips. My head is stacked on top of my shoulders. Yeah, I'm not leaning forward. I'm not letting my upper back, my neck do any of the work. Got to keep my alignment here. 6, 7, and 8. Okay, let's spin that chair around, or you can use a wall. If you didn't have a chair for the last one, you could have just used the floor. My fault. So, tap the ball of the foot to the inside of the knee again and kick back. You can allow that supporting leg to bend a little bit, because I'm trying to work here the obliques and the glute med. Not really about my leg in this one, not really about my thighs. This is more about getting that hip and lower oblique lines of the love handles, getting those working. That's 30 seconds. See, change sides. So, tap the ball to the inside of that knee, ball of the foot to the inside of that knee. Let yourself lean with this. This is more of a kick than it is for ballet. So, let the back knee bend. Let that side of your hip and the obliques, the love handles there, let those work. Hold that leg out. And the higher the better here. I'm keeping this low, but if you can get it up higher, then get it up higher. Let's go around again. So starting off with those lateral and alternate lunges. So this time, I want you high on the toes, back foot all the time, yeah? Never let that heel drop when you're up at the back here. So now we've got a little bit more of a drop. So the work has increased. Just that small little bit is all you need to actually increase the amount of work that you're doing. So, let's give it a go. Still with this front foot, you're still landing flat-footed. Bit of an arch, but flat-footed, right? Ball of the foot and heel is grounded. Toes are fanned. That's why I like to work out in socks or without shoes. You can get that good feel, good grip of the floor. When you're using weights, obviously, wear those shoes. But if you're doing it at home, like we are, of course, then alternate. Have your socks or barefoot on. Okay, lateral lunge. Okay, to this one, start off grounded. We're just going to sink a little bit deeper for this round. So let your bum sink right back. Take your step a little bit longer. I'm going to probably step to the outside of my mat here to get this. But if you can get that angle of this grounded foot a little bit longer, then the adductors have to work more. Yeah? Feel that? Let it sink down. Make sure that leg is straight. If it's not, think about the back of your thigh, your hamstring. You're pushing it backwards. Push your hamstring backwards. That will get the adductors a little bit leaner, a little bit more lengthened. And that's what this exercise is all about. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Next one. Burpee. Lovely. Okay, so same thing. Out, in, and up. Hands flat, out, in, and up. There's about 10% extra work this round. Again, you're not trying to smash it. You're just trying to keep your heart rate elevated a little bit. It's good to mix and match these toning and increasing of the heart rate, because one takes away from the other, which makes it work harder. What do we got? 26 seconds left. Let's try and get 6 more in. 2, 3, 15 seconds left. 4, stay with me guys. 5, and 6. Give me one more. Alright, that is time. So, next one we have is the hip bridge. Lay over onto your back. So last time we did it flat-footed. This time I want you to pull the heels up towards the backside. See mine raise now? Keep that. And now push your toes into the floor. Let's still use the glutes to lift. And now we've got the calves involved. Quite strong. But it's an isometric tension for the calves. And it's really good, really good for the soleus. And the soleus is the one which connects to the Achilles. So the Achilles is the tendon of that muscle. And that one is weak in a lot of people. So if you're a runner, this is a really good one to do. Glutes, soleus. 7, we've got 10 seconds left. Give me 4 more. 1, squeeze the glutes at the top. 2, squeeze them to get into it. Hold it just for a fraction of a second. 3, push it out. 4, 1 more, and that's it. Okay, bring it back up, guys. Ice skater. So start on one side of your mat, jump to the opposite side, and the outside leg goes behind. Touch the floor. So I'm trying to keep this grounded, this supporting leg, a little bit straighter than usual, so that the outside of my hip works a little bit stronger. If I bend the leg, my quads come right into play. I'm not trying to work those in this exercise. I'm trying to work high up at the hip. So keep that form and make sure you can feel it where we're trying to work it. 20 seconds. There's enough exercises in here to get the quads. So let's focus on where we can getting the side of the hips working. 10 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent work. So, the front list was next. Remember, grab your wall, touch the ball of the foot to the inside of that knee, and stretch it forward. I'm keeping my toes pointed, but I'm really flexing that teardrop muscle right here, right on the inside, just above the knee. The teardrop muscle. Really good for supporting at the knee and supporting your hips. Actually, when you're walking or sprinting, running or sprinting, because it stops the knee from dipping in. Chain sides, right? So if I'm doing this, walking, my knee keeps dipping in, that muscle is the one that's going to support it. So lift and extend, and extend. Make sure your knee is turned out slightly as you kick through. Otherwise the quads, the vastus lateralis, the outside quad, that overfires and takes over the work that we're actually trying to do. 2 more. 1, last one. And 2. Next exercise. Split lunge. So let's get that trusty chair out. And split that lunge. Right. Actually Bulgarian split squat. I've no idea why it's called Bulgarian. Maybe that could be the next video. Okay. This is just 30 seconds on each side. So we're going to go just slightly over 30 seconds because we took our time getting up there. Or at least I did. Give me 1 more, guys. And change sides. Focus on This time, fanning the toes. And heels grounded, heel is grounded at the front foot, but your toes are fanned to give you a really broad base there at the foot. And that will translate into more of your glutes working than the quads, which is what I'm trying to get at with this exercise. 4 seconds, 3, 2, and 1. Last one was that kickback. I'm going to use that chair. Actually, no, I'm going to use the wall. So touch the ball on the inside of the foot like you would have done for the front. And now just kick it back. Back up. Back. Back up. Here we go. 3. My foot's going out at about 5 o'clock relative to my 12. And that will give me a good angle to hit the glute at. Not too much on the side. Just perfectly round at the back. One more. Change sides. I'm just going to move this chair. Touch the wall again. This front foot is turned out slightly, and I'm going opposite with my back foot. Yeah? So it's side on. We've just got with the previous exercise, that foot, the position of the foot has actually worked the glute quite well, but straight on. And this now just like travels around at about 4 or 5 o'clock. And that's the angle we want. Give me one more, guys. And that's it. All right, team. That's your workout for today. If you want to have a stretch, you want to stretch the glutes and the hamstrings. That's all you need for today. Thank you so much for joining. I'm going to be posting a lot more of these videos here on YouTube. So join along and we'll see you here tomorrow. Bye.